On Dana White's Contender Series last night, Hecher Sosa earned a UFC contract by defeating Maxim Lee via unanimous decision. Just 2 days prior, Sosa lost his father to cancer. Dana White handed him a note after the win. It said, "Be the f***ing reason your last name means something one day." Here's what Dana had to say to him backstage.
Yeah, thank you. Where's our translator at? I want to say so, you know, life can be very mean and bad to a lot of people. Life has been very, very, very wrong to him. To overcome mentally and emotionally what he's overcome to prepare tonight and to win, man. I'm really happy for him, and I wish you all the best in the UFC.
La vida puede ser mucho dura y mucho jodida para mucha gente, y la vida ha sido muy dura, gente, para pasar por eso, pasar por ese reque, eso es lo que existe acá, siendo, pues, bueno, estoy muy orgulloso, o sea, el bienvenido a los SS.
Yeah. Where's Lene? I got Lene who's gonna give me some.
All right, Cody, come on, check.
Ben Askren provided an update on his recovery following a double lung transplant. He says he's doing well overall, but admits it's frustrating that his breathing hasn't improved as quickly as he hoped.
What's up, guys? I'm gonna do an update and Mental Monday all at the same time. I've been doing these many updates because I feel like it's moving slow and I'm mostly healthy and there's nothing too dramatic happening like there was this summer. So here it is. I'm in the doctor's office, as you can see. I have to do this almost every week. I do, at some point it'll be less frequently, but one of the things I'm getting frustrated with lately is my breathing is not going up by all that much, right? It's been kind of plateaued. And so then I have to remind myself, progress doesn't work linearly, right? This is something I always explain to my athletes, and now I'm having to remind myself, right? We would love for it to be 1 unit of work means 1 unit of getting better, you know, in a nice straight line, perfect, predictable. But often that's not how it works. It's more like plateaus, right? So it's like I go here and then I jump and then I go here and then I jump. And that's kind of how progress works most of the time. Not always, but most of the time.
Michael Chandler believes he will be fighting Conor McGregor at the White House. In an interview with MMAfighting.com, Chandler said, "I think we're closer now than we have ever been. I've always said if you're a betting man, don't put money on him necessarily coming back, but now this changes a lot. In my heart of hearts, I think I'm fighting Conor McGregor at the White House, and that sure does make a ton of sense for a multitude of reasons. First and foremost, I want the White House. Ideally, if it becomes Conor, that would be awesome. We have some unfinished business. I've got respect for him, he's got respect for me, but we do have some unfinished business. He has expressed interest. When he put out that meme of me and him, I guess could call it a meme. It was AI. It was me and him. He's called me out on Twitter and said we have unfinished business, and we do. We have unfinished business. We would be the only fighters not to fight after the Ultimate Fighter who were in the same weight class. Conor and I, it makes sense. I never pulled out of a fight. I never missed weight. The most important thing about this White House card, whether I am a shoe-in for it or not, when you're building a card of this magnitude, it's not necessarily even about putting on the best fight. It's about putting on the best fights that are the most reliable. Which fighters and which matchups, which marquee matchups are going to happen on the White House lawn that almost have a virtual certainty of actually happening. In this crazy sport, there's no guarantees, but I'm about as sure as a guarantee as you could be. If I can walk to that octagon, if I can physically make it to the octagon, I'm showing up. That octagon door is closing, and I'm putting on a show for the fans. I think we're definitely a lot closer today than we ever have been. I've heard the comments from David Feldman, his business partner in BKFC who they spend a lot of time with. I do have some inside sources of people close to him who have said the exact same sentiment. Obviously, withdrawing from the race of President of Ireland gets his focus a little bit more back on training. I've said a version of this 1,000 times about us fighters in general. When you get in this sport, you want the biggest fights, the brightest lights, the most amount of money, the most eyeballs you possibly can. Conor has been no exception to that. Conor has done that his entire career. All of the pay-per-view records and the biggest spectacles you could possibly be on. That's exactly what Conor McGregor's brand is, and that's exactly what myself and every fighter wants. When this White House fight card got announced, obviously Conor tweeted about it or threw something out there about it. It seemed a little bit of smoke and mirrors, a little bit of blunder here and there. But ultimately, if there was ever a card that Conor McGregor comes back for, it makes a lot of sense it would be this one. Yoel Romero made his BKFC debut over the weekend and scored a second-round TKO victory over Theo Dukas. In a recent appearance on the Ariel Helwani show, Yoel expressed interest in facing Darren Till next, followed by a potential bout with Jake Paul. Yoel noted that after seeing Till's recent knockout of Luke Rockhold, he believes a matchup between the two would be highly entertaining.
Saw someone boxing, you love the way that he boxes.
Siempre he tenido como Jake Paul para boxear con
He's always wanted Jake Paul.
Siempre.
He watched Darren Till fight, I really
Lo vi boxeando bien.
he loved the way that he boxed, and he's very, that's the fight he wants.
Y entonces para mí sería un gran medidor porque lo vi boxeando bien.
He's saying that after watching him, it's going to be a great fight. He feels that it'll be a great fight. And the best fight wants.
Y después que yo le gane a Darren Till,
And after he beats Darren Till,
creo que a todo el mundo le gustaría ver a Jake Paul con Yoel Romero.
he knows that after he beats Darren Till, the world's going to want to see Yoel Romero versus Jake Paul.
Y
Okay.
a mí me gustaría darle esa salta.
And he wants to show, he wants to give the fans that type of show.
Ver a la gente como se alegra porque la gente quiere ver a Jake Paul en el piso, bro.
He says he wants to see people happy, that everybody wants to see Jake Paul get flatlined. So,
Pero paso por paso.
but step by step.
Estoy tranquilo.
He's not in a rush. He's taking his time.
Darren Till responded to Yoel. On X, he wrote, "Yoel, shut your f***ing fat old mouth. Think I give a shit about you nowadays? Come over to boxing and I'll leave your fat juice head on the canvas. In fact, I've been told to stop calling old c***s out like yourself, so f*** it. I don't even want to fight you. You're an old age pensioner. You're a bus pass dependent. Don't even call my name, you bum. Mike Perry, you're a bum as well. Your manager is a bum also. And his brother is a bum. Even Ariel, you're a little instigator bum. Stop calling my name. F***ing gang of bums." Kayla Harrison says she expects her next bantamweight title defense to be against Amanda Nunes, but she has a deadline. Kayla made it clear that she does not want to hold up the division while waiting for the matchup to materialize. Speaking to MMA Junkie, Kayla said, "I have had the conversations with my coaches about how long do we wait before we pivot, and I have an idea in mind like, hey, if I don't have news by this time, then I'm just going to ask for a different opponent. It's also not fair for the division. I want to be conscientious of being a champion and being respectful of other fighters' time and career. We all have a very short window. I would never want to put someone else's dream on hold because, that's something that I do think about. I'm pretty sure the Nunes fight is going to happen. From everything I hear, she's ready to go. She wants to fight. I want to fight. We're just waiting on the details. I want to fight the beginning of next year for sure." Michael Bisping reacts to John Jones recently apologizing to Dana White for how the Tom Aspinall situation played out, and Dana saying that it didn't change his mind, and that John still probably won't be on the White House card.
I don't blame him. I know all you little kids in the comment section, oh, here you go, Glaze Dana. No, you can't blame the man. What did he do? He promoted him. He stuck to his guns. He says the pound for pound #1. They even put that video package out. They gave him the 30 million apparently. I don't know if that's true, but apparently that's the number that's floating around. And then in the end, decides to double barrel, do that, go off to Thailand, live his best life, mess everyone around, have Tom Aspinall waiting on the sidelines for bloody God knows how long. And then when a big opportunity like the White House comes along, says, hold on. Let's not be too hasty.
Hold
I
on.
want a piece of that.
Yeah.
I'd say, if that was me, I'd say go f yourself.
Yeah.
Oh, don't clip that, you little MMA websites. Don't clip that, you if you do, because they will. But you can't blame him. If I was Dana, I would say, all right, you want to fight in the White House? Prove it.
Yeah. Fight first.
Fight first.
Yeah.
Fight first. You're heavyweight. You don't have to make weight. The fight's not going to be until next June.
Yeah, he says he's been training. I've seen interviews with him recently where he's like, "Oh, I've been in the gym 5 days a week doing this and that." And it's like, well, okay, well then there should be no reason you should go smoke somebody. Which, let's all be honest, you can probably do, John, with a couple months of training. You can go in there and get a dub. You go get a dub. If Tom goes and gets a dub, that fight could happen, and I think they'd be willing to do it. And again, there's time to make that happen if they trust that you're back committed. But they also worry that after any fight, you don't know what he's going to do.
Merab Dvalishvili found it hilarious that Kelvin Gastelum missed weight by 5 pounds at Noche UFC.
Bantamweight division.
Kelvin Gastelum mo na barchaba.
If you're Rob,
Sean O'Malley discusses the differences he saw in Merab Dvalishvili between their first and second fights, noting that Merab entered the rematch with more confidence.
Dude, confidence is such a huge role in fighting, and it's like, it's a huge role in anything you do, but fighting specifically, it's like you have to trust yourself and be confident in your skills. The first time I fought him, compared to the second time I fought him, felt like he was, I mean, he went out there and beat Umar. He beat me, close fight, the first one. Then he goes out there and beats Umar, and then the second fight, he just felt like, yeah, the confidence was, he felt like no one's gonna beat him. So, but Corey has that confidence too. He's super skilled. I'm excited for that fight.
Khabib Nurmagomedov is helping Islam Makhachev prepare for his welterweight title fight against Jack Della Maddalena. Javier Mendez posted footage to his Instagram. In the caption, he wrote, "Most of the team arrived yesterday. Always a pleasure to see nothing has changed with them, except now there is more world champions. Humble, respectful, disciplined, focused, and loyal."
No, 5. Sugar. Good job, guys. 5. 22 minutes.
22 minutes left.
22 minutes.
Left?
But it was 4 rounds, but we have to do this 22 minutes, 2 rounds. 11, 1 minute rest. 5. There was.
Regarding sparring today, champ went 4 rounds, but 4 good rounds at NOS Training Center, Sports Complex. The leader, the coach, and me. Off.
Ray Longo and John Anik discuss Kelvin Gastelum missing weight by 5 pounds at Noche UFC. Longo thinks Kelvin has a serious eating disorder.
What are we doing here? You know, it becomes, what are we doing here?
I don't know, Kevin. Where are we going with this? I mean, I mean, the guy. I mean, obviously, the guy's always struggled with the weight, but I mean, I think he said it like he had a.
You sign a bout agreement 4
without
weeks
a doubt.
ago.
Without a doubt.
The weight's on the bout agreement.
Anyways,
yeah, I mean, and I like Kelvin. He's really, he's just he's been a nice guy from the first day I met him.
Oh, he's a stud.
But I do think he's got a serious eating disorder, though. I don't think he might fall into a category. I don't know. He's struggling with something. Like I believe he's struggling. I don't think it's that he doesn't care. I'm saying I really believe this guy struggles with something, or his body's not responding like a normal person. I don't know. Maybe this guy could be completely wrong. But
well, could be on.
I feel bad for him. I mean, because it's not a good look. Like, again, don't sign the agreement if you can't make the weight.
Daniel Cormier gave his thoughts on the idea of Ilia Topuria crossing over to boxing to face Terrence Crawford. DC has doubts about it happening anytime soon because he doesn't think Topuria is as much of a star as Conor McGregor just yet. On Good Guy, Bad Guy, DC said what Conor did by going as long as he did with Floyd Mayweather was probably some of the most surprising stuff I have seen in combat. Watching Francis Ngannou go as long with Tyson Fury was some of the most surprising stuff I've seen in combat sports. I would have expected Tyson Fury to do him like Anthony Joshua did, but I also believe that Floyd Mayweather and Tyson Fury have an ability to make sure that a person can stay in there with them as long as they need them to make it look competitive, to make you feel good about it. Ilia is taking things out of McGregor's playbook, but you've got to have that stardom, and he's not there yet. I think that's what's going to stop him from getting that fight. But I mean, when you're Terence Crawford, and you've been dying for big opportunities your whole career, could an Ilia Topuria fight be the next thing that's the biggest thing? Because who's out there for him to fight that's going to be a bigger name in terms of bringing a new fan base to watch Terence Crawford than Ilia Topuria? There are some legs to it more than it would be normally, especially being that Bud respects the UFC as much as he does, and he knows Ilia Topuria. He could have no-sold him, but he didn't do that. Earlier this week, Conor McGregor announced that he has dropped out of the Irish presidential race. Jorge Masvidal was quick to mock Conor over this. On an Instagram comment, Jorge said fight style and campaign trail the same. Pull out. Dana White revealed that 2 UFC executives nearly came to blows during a meeting in the COVID era. Dana did not name those involved, but said the executive who was opposed to hosting events during the pandemic was sent home and ended up spending the next 6 to 8 months away as the UFC moved forward with shows.
So we almost had a fist fight in one of our executive meetings.
Who versus who?
Yeah, one of our executives thought that was absolutely not the right idea. Freaked out, and I said, wow, you can go home.
Wow.
No problem. You can go sit at home for the next 6 to 8 months, and I don't want to hear any of your negativity.
Yeah.
Don't want to hear it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
And that's going to wrap it up for the news. Thanks for watching. For daily MMA news and content, subscribe to Full Mount MMA and click the bell icon to be notified when we post videos. Here are the 3 top comments from last video. These comments are in reference to Ilia Topuria firing back at Terence Crawford and calling him an idiot. The first one's from Niall Jackson. It says, people thought Max was salty when he said Topuria acts like an estranged girlfriend. The second one says, Ilia calling out Bud over and over is getting a little ridiculous. He's not going to UFC, and he doesn't seem interested in a boxing fight, yet the media keeps trying to push it. And the final one's from Cameron. It says, Ilia is something else, man. He honestly thinks that he has the star power to get a Bud or Canelo match. He's not even the biggest star in the UFC. Those were the 3 top comments from last video. If you want to be featured in the next one, all you have to do is comment down below. And if you missed yesterday's news, click the video on screen right now to get caught up.